Warlord of Mars by Edgar Rice Burroughs. Only the man who created Tarzan the Ape Man could have written these amazing stories. Book hunting is big game. My entire life and my career have been shaped by books and browsing. It was my delight in finding such oddities that led to me putting on a series of comedy shows where, with accordion accompaniment, I would read from gory pulp horrors, Mills and Boon classics of love with lighthouse keepers, and lifestyle advice books such as What Would Jesus Eat? And How to Marry the Man of Your Choice. This led on to a long-running podcast series about books and authors with my friend Josie Long, Josie and Robin's Book Shambles, and then to the science book-based shows that in turn led to me making the long-running podcast series The Infinite Monkey Cage, with Professor Brian Cox. Books define me. They are even the reason I stopped drinking heavily. I realised that if I drank too much after a gig, the reading on the late train home was blurry, and so became wasted time. In my finite existence, I was missing out on comprehension due to intoxication. So I pretty much gave up. Books are the reason that Brian Cox did not kill me when he first took me onto the moors for a harsh exercise regime together. He'd already been training for 3 years. I hadn't swung a kettlebell in my life. On our first exercise session, we took some heavy ropes and other weights. Brian looked as surprised as a physicist can when I was still standing an hour later. I was even able to walk a little. It was as if I had compounded the physical laws of the universe and walked through 2 doors at once. On the walk back, I explained that although I take no formal exercise, I walk miles on every tour I do, and as I stop in every bookshop I see, the weight that I carry increases on an hourly basis. Sometimes I have to buy books just to make sure the weight is equal on both sides. The Fyodor Dostoevsky fitness regime. My life is summed up by the Japanese word sundoku, allowing your home to become overrun by unread books, and still continuing to buy more. Shelf space ran out long ago. However high and teetering the piles become, my bibliomania is unstoppable. I cannot buy only one book. It is no books or many books, though it's never no books. I can walk by a bookshop and my mind will tell me, just keep on walking. Then another corner of my mind says, hang on, do you remember there's that one book you need for that project you're working on? Why not pop in and see if they've got that one book and then pop straight out? And I'm gone, like the addict I am. Are these books useful? Perhaps, most painfully, I have at least 10 books about decluttering your life for a happier future, strewn around my house. I want to know about everything, so I know about nothing. At one stage, my house became so swamped with books that I donated more than 1,000 of them to Leicester Prison and got rid of a further 5,000 more to charities. And yet, I know that my house is still overrun, always on the cusp of being justifiable grounds for a divorce. I'm sometimes asked how I read so much. I commit the cardinal sin among some bookish people. I leave books unfinished. I hop in and out of them, grabbing an anecdote, an idea, or a philosophy, and then putting them on the teetering, to be continued pile. Whether they're useful or not, I am in love with books. I sleep with many piled on my bed, and sometimes one that's gently fallen on my face, as exhaustion overcomes my ability to travel any further. In my dreams, I run riot in a chaotic Borgesian library. Someone once told me that my lust for books meant that I jumped from bibliophile to bibliosexual, but I prefer bibliomaniac. I was lucky to grow up in a house filled with books. Books never meant boredom. If you think books are boring, and I presume you don't think books are boring, otherwise you wouldn't be listening to an audiobook of a book all about books, then anyway, it's my view that you simply haven't met the right book yet. From an early age, I would go with my dad to book fairs, where he would search for works by Henry Williamson, best known for Tarka the Otter, and also Evelyn Waugh, who enjoyed depriving his children of bananas.